Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Chagigah page 20, which discusses a practical application regarding food. It mentions a situation where you have wine that is being transported by donkey drivers and workers, and those people are not very particular about the laws of kashrut or the laws of making sure that everything remains pure. In the event that you walk away, we have to be careful of how you frame when you are coming back. If you tell them that you're stepping away just for a brief moment, even if in fact you're not only staying for a brief moment, at that situation we say that everything remains fine, the food remains pure, and it can still be consumed. Because they're concerned. They don't know whether or not you're going to come back, and they do not want to lose their jobs, they don't want to get into trouble, and therefore they will not do anything that will cause those problems. On the other hand, if you will inform them and say, I'm going away and I'll be back at a particular time, I'm going to be back in a while, I'm going to be back in a long time from now, so then all of a sudden they lose any concern that maybe they'll get caught, and therefore there is a chance they will touch that wine, they may contaminate it, and therefore it cannot be used. This is an important concept when it comes to certain factories as far as making sure that they are kosher. Depending on the complexity of the factory, sometimes we require a mashgiach, someone to oversee to make sure that everything is kosher, that is tamidi, that is there continuously, all the time throughout its operations. When we have other factories in which they are less complex, sometimes we allow what's called a yotzei v'nichnas, which literally means someone who goes out and someone who comes in. And the idea behind this, why is that acceptable, is based on what we just discussed on this page, is that even though they may not necessarily be there continuously every single day all the time, however, because they go out, they're yotzei, but they're nichnas, they can come back at any time, so therefore the people that are working are going to make sure that they're not going to do anything which is going to possibly get themselves into trouble or jeopardize their product or the food for kosher distribution. However, in the event that a mashgiach would say, you know what, thank you so much, I'm going to come once a month, and let's look at the calendar, this is the day in which I'll be coming, then possibly it becomes a little bit more problematic, because they already know when this person is going to be coming, when is the rabbi going to do his inspection, and therefore they can possibly do anything in between. And therefore, of course, this is beyond the scope, this is very complex, but the idea is that we have to be careful of what we say and what not to say to make sure that everything done is done properly.